now, we do have a DMV first warn day in place for tomorrow with a tornado threat, flooding rain, and damaging wind gusts all on the table. Have more on impacts. They're coming up.
A major change to a high-profile street in D.C. The proposal to paint over the Black Lives Matter Plaza or lose crucial government funding.
The president speaking to Congress and America tonight. Protests against his actions so far as we hear about what he has planned for the rest of his term.
If this was your child that they murdered, would you hire him back?
A D.C. mother demanding answers from the council when the two officers convicted of killing her son were put back on the police force.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Susan Tran.
And I'm Chris Flanagan. We have a lot happening on this Tuesday night. Let's take a live look right now at the Kennedy Center here in D.C. We are expecting some severe storms. I have a DMV first warn day. It is in place for tomorrow.
All right, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb and severe weather. I mean, what are we looking at the potentials for tomorrow?
Yeah, first big severe weather situation of the season. It's making its way across the country right now. And so you're noticing the wind flow is already picking up across our region. We're sitting under a lot of clearing. And so I don't want anyone caught off guard at this point with this severe weather situation. We are under a level 2 here in all of the DMV, and there is potential that does get upgraded overnight. It's the wind flow that is going to be our primary factor going into tomorrow morning and all day. I am expecting people to lose power tomorrow because this is a very strong area of low pressure that will continue to spin counterclockwise. Right now, you're not really seeing the wind flow, but this is really not conducive to what we are about to see. At this point, you have parts of the Shenandoah Valley and west of I-81 that are dealing with some wind advisories, but the expansion of wind advisories are likely where we could potentially see gusts up to about 50 to 55 miles per hour. Major squall line that is making its way across areas like Louisiana, parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and the uplift to the north and east will continue into the DMV with the highest impacts starting at 10 a.m. and should be into the DC metro area by 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Rising temperatures contribute to the severe weather. We are above average, and so the warmth of the atmosphere is going to allow for damaging wind gusts to be a primary threat, along with major flooding across the region. Also, there's a very small chance of a tornado threat for tomorrow. I have more on that coming up, guys.
Breaking now at 9, D.C. is renaming and removing the mural at Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Mayor Muriel Bowser making that announcement on social media, and it comes at the same time a Republican lawmaker proposed this bill that would force the city to remove that mural and rename the street or lose federal funding. Mayor Muriel Bowser saying that the city cannot be distracted by meaningless congressional interference and says they'll now have local students and artists create a whole new display to replace the Black Lives Matter mural for the plaza, and is one that has become such a gathering spot for social justice demonstrations since 2020. Tonight, people are gathered at the Black Lives Matter Plaza as the president is preparing to address Congress tonight. We're taking a live look inside the congressional halls. We're monitoring the president's remarks and we'll bring you the very latest updates later in the show. But first, we do want to head out live to DC News Now's Marielle Carbone there in the Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Hey, Marielle, you can see the crowd behind you there. What are protesters telling you about their rally tonight?
Yeah, Chris, a big crowd out here, and I want to point out, no coincidence that we are at the Black Lives Matter Plaza tonight. I'll move for a second so you can see just how many people are out here, but this is hosted by the League of Women Voters, and they tell me that the people this mural represents, those are the underrepresented people and the exact people who will be most impacted by Trump's actions. That is why they are here at this location. Now, tonight, they hope by rallying out here, we are just outside the White House, during the president's speech, that they hope it's made clear to Trump that the union, the people, they are here and they are not going anywhere. It's also a way to show some solidarity and some resistance also to what's been happening. That includes the federal funding cuts, the slashing of the federal workforce, and the rollback of trans rights.
What's happening in this country is a disgrace, and it's not going to change unless we all show up to do something. We have seen other movements where the government has tried to do some very similar things to this, and the only thing that stopped those actions was people coming together as a collective.
And Chris and Susan, I do want to come back to where we're at right now, the Black Lives Matter Plaza. Stewart says that she's really disappointed in the mayor's stance on this and with those plans to paint over this and evolve this mural here. She says with everything going on right now, it is so important to remember that Black lives matter, young people's lives matter, trans people's lives matter, all of the people here in our country. And she says that the organization will continue right now to fight for democracy and preserving that here as more initiatives come down from the Trump administration. So that's the latest out here. Reporting live in Northwest, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, a pretty good crowd out there. Marielle, thank you. President Trump has launched a trade war against America's 3 largest trading partners. This is a 25% tax on all imports coming in from Canada and Mexico, and then 20% on items shipped in from China.
Yeah, in response, those 3 countries are also hiking up the tariffs on American goods sent overseas. Beijing responded with a 15% tax on farm products we ship them, including chicken, wheat, and corn. It says it will also stop importing U.S. lumber and soybeans. Canada is putting a 25% tariff on American imports, including orange juice, peanut butter, wine, beer, coffee, and appliances. Our Max Marcilla will have much more on the story ahead in 10 minutes.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and voters in Maryland, they came out to cast a ballot in the special primary election for Prince George's County executive seat. Take a look at this image. It showed the long lines from earlier tonight at a polling station there in Suitland. The race is to replace newly elected Senator Angela Alsobrooks. There are 12 candidates running, 9 Democrats, 3 Republicans. And while Jolene Ivey remains on the ballot, she did suspend her campaign last month. We caught up with voters as they made their way to the polls this morning.
I want to see them do something to improve the school system, because our children are the most important part of our future.
Now, the next special general election, that is happening on June 3rd.
President Trump, like most of you on here, like I said, except Ms. George, does not know Quran. You understand it, does not know him personally. So obviously this had to come from somewhere.
Well, the mother of Karan Hilton Brown airing her frustrations before the D.C. Council in a heated exchange today. It's a video you'll see only here on D.C. News Now. This after 2 D.C. police officers convicted in the death of her 20-year-old son are now back on the job. The department reinstated them following presidential pardons.
D.C. News Now's Randy Bass was there at that council meeting and has more on that anger from the victim's family as well as the police response.
Yes, Karen Hilton asked the council today what they are doing and what they can do following the reinstatement of those 2 D.C. police officers. She directed many of her frustrations right at Council Chairman Phil Mendelson.
What are you guys doing as far as this? So what do we do? Wait for a next child to die? I'm asking, Mr. Mendelson, I'm asking.
I don't know what we do. The president.
But you guys are the council. You shouldn't be telling me you don't know what to do.
Karen Hilton, mother of Karan Hilton Brown, expressing her frustration over the reinstatement of the 2 D.C. police officers previously convicted in the death of her son. President Trump issuing pardons in January for Officer Terrence Sutton, convicted of murder and obstruction of justice, and Lieutenant Andrew Zabowski, also convicted on obstruction charges in Karan's death and the alleged cover-up dating back to 2020. The 20-year-old was riding a moped on a sidewalk when he was hit by an oncoming car during a police pursuit. He died days later. His mother begging the council for answers today.
If this was your child that they murdered, would you hire him back? Mr. Minister, answer the question. That's it. That's it. If this is your child, would you hire the murderer of your child back on the job?
Will you let me answer?
Please do.
I have 2 answers. The first is no.
Okay.
The second is I don't agree with their being hired back.
Chairman Phil Mendelson has concerns about those officers being back on the job.
These officers will never have the credibility that's necessary in order to represent the public in court presenting evidence. They will never have that credibility, and so I was shocked that they were to hear that they were rehired.
We reached out to the D.C. Police Department for further comment. They would only confirm those 2 officers are back on the force, saying they weren't able to say more, citing personnel matters. At this point, it's not clear what those officers' jobs and duties are on the force right now. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
New tonight in Northern Virginia, the NAACP is condemning Virginia's governor for freeing a Fairfax County officer convicted in the shooting death of a suspected shoplifter. Governor Glenn Youngkin commuted Wesley Shiflett's 3-year sentence that the judge had just handed down on Friday for killing Timothy Johnson back in 2023. In a statement, the local NAACP writing in part, Governor Youngkin's decision is not just an insult to the Johnson family. It is an affront to every Virginian who believes in equal justice under the law. Timothy Johnson's life mattered. The community was assured that there would be accountability, and instead, we are witnessing a blatant disregard for that promise. This cannot stand.
Also in Virginia, all new tonight in Prince William County, police say 3 teenagers sexually assaulted a girl early last month. They said the 3 men are 18, 19 years old and assaulted the victim at a home in Woodbridge. They also reportedly recorded that assault. Police say the victim, who is under the age of 18, was able to get out of that home and went to a nearby business where they contacted police. The girl was treated at a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Happening now, a bus fire on 95 in Dale City, Virginia. That is near the Dale Boulevard exit in Prince William County. All northbound lanes were blocked there for hours, but we're told the travel lanes have now reopened. At one point, delays reached more than 12 miles. Still unclear what started the fire and if there were any injuries.
You can feel it. We're almost to spring, and the excitement is building in the district for the cherry blossoms. The Washington Capitals, in fact, have a special New Jersey celebrating these iconic pink flowers. It features the Screaming Eagle grabbing a cherry blossom branch. There are also plenty of other cherry blossom themed clothing and merch for all of us fans.
All right.